Thank you, Ma. Sorry. Thank you, Master of Ceremonies. And Wanabojo. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for coming here today, even though it's raining. I just want you to enjoy my speech. Anyway, let me start. We feel comfortable whenever we talk about what we are interested in. One of my senior students always talks about politics very passionately. And once he starts, nobody can stop him. To be honest, I felt bored and sometimes didn't even listen to his speech because I had no interest in politics. But at the same time, I thought, if I had an interest in politics, I could enjoy his stories much more. I guess all of you have had similar experiences before. Whether we have interest in something or not determines whether we can enjoy those situations. Then, what if there is a magic formula which enables you to have interest in anything and make your life much more enjoyable? Today, I'd like to talk about what I call the formula of interest. I'm going to explain what this formula is like and how it works in your life. I hope you make the most of this formula to expand your interests. If you become interested in broader areas than now, you'll be able to pay attention to ordinary things and events much more. They will provide you with a lot of stimuli. For example, imagine you are on a train. Look around you, and you can see common things such as swinging steps and advertisements on the door. If you are interested in physics, you might look at the swinging steps as a physical phenomenon and begin to think about its mechanism. If you are interested in economics, you might think about the purpose of these advertisements or the effects of attracting people. You can enjoy this thinking because you just follow your interest, right? Like this, the wider interest you have, the more likely it is for you to face situations related to your interest and make your life enjoyable. As for me, ever since I succeeded in taking interest in various fields, I've been able to turn many ordinary situations into enjoyable ones. In case of politics, now I enjoy listening to the seniors' talks with interest. Also, now that I'm interested in sports science, daily walking and running are very interesting movements. My new interest has given lots of spice in my life. Now, I know you want to ask me what makes us able to take up new interests. It seems difficult to become interested in new things. Can you take interest in many things, ranging from history to natural science? At present, probably not. So the question is, how we can widen our areas of interest? The answer lies in the relation between interest and knowledge. Let me share with you how I became interested in new things. Last year, I took various classes anyway to discover my interests. One of the classes I attended was political science, and I gained new knowledge of politics. A few weeks later, when an election report on TV came in sight, something unexpected happened. My eyes fell on the report, which I used to ignore before. I felt I had heard about this somewhere. Then, the knowledge that I had gained was linked together. That's what they mean. In short, the way I see politics significantly changed thanks to new knowledge. I've got an interest in it. In addition, I became interested in other fields in the similar way. What does my story tell us? It tells us that interest is produced by knowledge through the following process. First, you acquire new fragmentary knowledge. Second, you encounter a situation related to that knowledge. Third, at that moment, the fragmentary knowledge is linked with one another. As a result, you can understand the thing deeply. vastly, your interest sparks. In fact, an educational psychologist, Keiichi Magura, proposes as a study note that knowledge is the cause and interest is the effect. That means knowledge has the power to create new interest. Now, we finally found the formula of interest. Here's how it works. Knowledge leads to interest, and interest leads to enjoyable. Knowledge, interest, and enjoyable. We have successfully proved this formula. I strongly recommend that you should use the formula of interest to make your life more enjoyable. What you have to do is gain knowledge of what you're not interested in. Then, how should we gain knowledge? The point is to learn about various subjects. For example, you can watch some TED presentations on the internet, or browse through some books in a bookstore. You can put them into practice when you have some time to spare. But still, you might say that taking a tutoring in action is a little hard. For those of you, why don't you take advantage of something you are already involved in? If you are sleeping in some university lectures, how about listening to professors talk seriously and taking some notes? Many of you are ESS members, so how about reading more speeches and going to more speech contests? By changing your action, you can acquire knowledge in wider range of fields, which leads you to new interests and enjoyable. You can start applying the formula of interest from whatever you can easily. Knowledge leads to interest, and interest leads to enjoyable. My life would have been boring without the formula of interest. Because of this formula, more and more interest has accumulated. More and more fun has been added to my life. Ladies and gentlemen, it's your turn. From today, let's enjoy our life with the formula of interest. Thank you.
Then, we will have questions and answer session for 4 minutes. Mr. Kusama, please.
Okay, thank you, Toida-san.
Thank you.
By the way, I like your picture up there. Yeah, your smiles, happy smiles.
Actually, I tried to take this picture 100 times.
So, that's the best one.
Yeah,
the best one of yours.
Yeah, I chose the best one, yes.
That's so good. The first question here. You are now interested in political science. Political science?
Politics, yeah.
Politics, yeah. What else? What other fields of studies? What other fields you are interested in aside from political science? Other than political science, what are there any other areas that you're interested in? Other areas than political science.
Other areas
Than political science.
So, can I give you what
Subject.
what subject I'm interested in now?
Yeah.
Actually, now I'm interested in various things like brain science or religion or kind of how can I say it? The disorder, like disabilities.
Disabilities.
Or,
Okay. So you sound like a Superman, you know.
Superman.
Yeah, you sound like. But it's amazing that you have kind of time and energy to be interested in as many subjects as you mentioned. You know. But let's see. You saw a report on TV on election report, somebody's election report, and how were you enlightened after seeing that report? How do you think you changed after looking at, seeing, checking, or checking that, or or just saying that
How
report?
enlightened?
Enlightened, you know, you think you change yourself after, before and after looking at report?
Before and after.
Mm-hmm.
How enlightened? Well, actually, before I have interest, became interested in politics. I just gained knowledge of politics, but after I became interested in politics, how do you like? I think it's politics is really related to the daily news or our world, and these days I inform myself on I inform myself on the various things about politics.
Okay. Last question. You said everybody here, not many people are here. People here are not like you. You know, our time and energy, they are limited, so we have little time to spend on so many things as you suggested. So yours is kind of wide and shallow. Okay, wide but shallow. You know, your interest. Wide. Yeah, you are interested in wide areas. Yeah,
Yes.
but each one of them may be very shallow because the time and energy is
I see, I
limited.
see.
Versus, you know, there are those people who are interested in only just a few areas, but their knowledge and experience would be deeper than yours. So, which you prefer?
Like they are kind of experts or.
Oh yes, yes. Which you prefer?
Which would you prefer?
Uh-huh.
Of course, I prefer to have interest in many things because we can enjoy many situations. If we have interest in many things, we can even enjoy the kind of we can enjoy situation by accidents or like the train case. So I believe that I want all of the audience to widen your areas of interest now to make your life more enjoyable.
Okay. Some other questions, but because of time, let's discuss that at the reception. Thank you very much.
Thank you.